There is one army I haven't run for a long time, but I'm loath to use it.
Is it Jotan?
It's Jotan. Just because it's just boring now.
Is it?
The problem is I don't have 30 Berserks.
I haven't played them in 10th at all, actually. When they came out in 9th, I played them first because no one else wanted to. And then we made a big thing about Jotan because someone else was supposed to be a Votan player, then dropped them when they weren't very good. And then you picked up the mantle then for Jotan because you're like, I'm going to prove that they can be good. And I haven't played them since.
Yeah,
I think Bron played them once, didn't he?
He did.
In 10th or 9th?
He played them in 9th when they were broken.
Oh, yeah, of course he did, yeah. Very Bron.
Because you dropped them and then Bron picked them up when they were broken, but then he kept on losing with them.
Yeah.
Because he's the only person on the planet that lost with them.
Yeah. So
I want to pick them up again. I just want them to be fun.
I don't know how they play in 10th, so...
Yeah. Maybe I'll run them tonight and just see how it goes.
Oh, I'm running World Eaters because I haven't run World Eaters in ages.
Just don't advance and charge turn 1 and then we'll have a game.
Well, I wouldn't do that, would I? Because we're trying to make interesting content out of this.
You're like, turn 1.
Yeah. Joe needs a win as well.
I do.
To be fair. Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to the channel on a beautiful, sunny, but a little chilly day here on the South Coast.
It's a weird one, isn't it?
You definitely need to wear your jumper when you walk to the shop.
Yeah, but then I do break into a sweat the moment I walk up the stairs.
You do, yeah. If you haven't already,
natural.
please make sure you smash all those magical YouTube buttons for us. Hit the like button if you enjoy the content. Smash subscribe if you haven't already. You can hit that bell notification icon if you want to be notified every single time we go live or drop a new video. Alternatively, you can become a member of the Great Hall. And if you're in the Discord server, when we go live, drop a new video, or schedule a stream, it notifies you if you've got the right reaction roll turned on. It's less intrusive because we don't do everyone, so you get to pick to turn it on or off, and it's more reliable than YouTube. So some people do get notifications when we go live on YouTube. A lot of people don't, right?
I didn't.
What, got a notification?
Yeah, I'm checking something quickly.
Date of your operation?
It's not happening. Well, that will happen. Sorry, I'm just checking the announcements page because we've only got 19 hours left to vote.
Don't, Joe, because I've saved you at the moment. So I'd leave it alone. Mr. the Hardborn Vortex Games, thank you for 5 gifted memberships.
No, I just want them to just swap out to like...
I would leave that alone because I've put it in a place where you're probably happy.
But I'm not happy enough.
A wish for Mr. the Hardborn?
I hope, Mr. Hardborn Games, that next time you boil an egg, or eggs, boil eggs, the white bit is nice and bouncy, right? And the inside is like runny. But when you peel it, it doesn't just tear the fucking egg in half. I hate that with a passion. We eat a lot of hard-boiled eggs in our house, and you go to peel it, and it just tears the egg in half. And we like to have them hot, so.
That's a good wish, actually. I haven't found that one.
Yeah.
It is food-related, so it's...
May all your eggs be bouncy and non-breakable.
Yes, non-breakable eggs.
Yeah.
Luce made me an omelette this morning.
Yeah, a broken egg.
I don't know what I've done to deserve a freshly made omelette for breakfast this morning. I'm fucking taking it, though.
It might not be what you did. She might have done something. Go and look at all your breakable objects in the house.
I've got children, Joe. I don't really have any breakable objects in the house anymore.
That's true, yeah.
Yeah. She made me an omelette, but a cheese and onion omelette this morning. It was fucking beautiful. It was so nice. I burnt the inside of my mouth because I ate it too fast.
Really?
Yeah.
Always gobbling, you.
Yeah, always gobbling. Anywho, welcome back. Today's a weird one. I said this before, I'll say it again. Every single time I come in for the Liam and Joe show, the first thing I do is turn on the computer and open the Warcom website. I look at the Warcom website. Tuesdays I look specifically around AOS and then take a step back if there's nothing there. And then Thursdays I look at the 40k one, take a step back if there's nothing there and try and pick something else. There's nothing really happening in the world of 40k. And if we look at the geniusly put together, incredibly detailed roadmaps they showcased a few weeks ago, there's nothing coming either.
No, and people are like, oh, it's going to be the balanced data slate today. I'm fairly convinced, we don't know this, Games Workshop haven't told us, so if I guess correctly, Games Workshop can't be angry at me for telling everyone.
Yeah, well, we said this before, right? If we say it out loud, it means we don't know.
Yeah, so the balanced data slate, everyone's like, oh, it's going to be today, but obviously LGT was this weekend just gone.
Yeah.
So they have to crunch the numbers, and obviously the Blood Angels Codex goes on pre-order on Saturday, and the app always gets updated for points and switches off the old index stuff on the Thursday before it's released.
Yeah.
So it's a 2-week pre-order, isn't it?
So you reckon 2 weeks today?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
That's my guess. I'd put literal money on it.
I'd be interested.
Not much though.
I'd be interested to know as well if that actually gives them enough time to take data from LGT and make sure the changes that they've suggested are correct. Because let's face it, balanced data slate is only a PDF. They can change it on a whim. Doesn't need. And we've also proved with Games Workshop they don't take 6 months to playtest anything. So
Orcs and Chaos Space Marines in the final, definitely broken, both getting nerfed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chaos Space Marines in the final of LGT. Not just in the final, Joe. They won it.
I know, which is mental. And Emperor's Children as well.
Chaos Space Marines are terrible.
Emperor's Children though as well, which is impressive.
And Lawrence went to No Retreat with Emperor's Children and won it.
So what we're saying is Emperor's Children are really good. Yeah.
I think it's the bile bomb, isn't it, to be fair?
It's the unkillable blob.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anywho, basically, roadmap showcases nothing. Balanced data state probably a couple of weeks away. Even then, if you look at win rates and stuff like that in Warhammer 40k right now, I don't feel like the balanced data state is going to make monumental swathing changes. I do think they might calm some of the Blood Angel stuff down a little bit. But I suggest that'll probably be done with points more than anything.
Yeah, they won't touch the rules. It'll be points.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because the Sisters, that book was a bit spicy when it came out, but they didn't touch the rules. They just went up in points.
So, someone said to me when the Sisters book was on preview, that book looks a bit shit. And I was like, you're on crack.
Yeah, but looking at the points in the back of the book that's already out, so you can't get in trouble, basically. The stuff in there is much more expensive in the book than it is in the app. So if it just goes up to the book points, I'm not going to have a problem with it.
No, I think that probably is about right. Essentially, if someone out there tells you their impressions or opinions about how games play and they don't play any games, don't listen to them, is what I'm saying as well. Too many people have said too many times, that doesn't look that bad, that looks okay. I'm like, you... Where's my mic pack? Okay, I was like, what's in my pocket that's clicking? My mic pack. Yeah. So you on crack? Anyway, balanced data slate is about the only thing I think we're going to get in the next, before the end of the year, which is 2-3 months, right? We're in October now, so October, November, December, 3 months away, right? And I was like, this doesn't give us anything to talk about. We haven't really got a topic. I was like, actually it does give us something to talk about. There's a famous phrase that gets banded around all over the place. They often say it when you have a doctor's appointment here and you're waiting for your results. They say no news is good news.
Yeah,
right?
but if it's the NHS, like no news is just because they forgot about you.
Yeah, it might be lost in the system.
Yeah.
But in this particular instance, I'm wondering, Joe, if no news from Warhammer 40k is actually good news. We often complain, as a community in general, and we do this on the channel, that things change too often, too quickly, it's hard to keep up. If we have a balanced data slate in a couple of weeks and nothing changes for 3 months, that's good for 40k, surely. We have a degree of stability in gaming for like 3 months is a positive.
Yeah, I think it's good because it shows the game as it is fine. You know, my only gripe is that it's a bit boring. Like as in like go stand in the corner, do a thing, you know. I wish it was a bit more exciting to play on like for casual. But in terms of rules, I've not like even when we went up to the Hellstorm event, at no point was like my opponent's army is bullshit. At no point did I go, I'm having a horrible experience because of the models that my opponent chose to put on the table.
Did you ask your opponent the same question?
All of my opponents thought it was great because there's nothing better than the opponent just runs at you from across the table.
With double redeemers.
They were having a great time.
Yeah, okay.
The only time one of my opponents probably got upset was when I won with a secret mission. But then I got equally upset when I lost to a secret mission. So.
Yeah, I mean, secret missions, I'll be interested in if they do change those.
That's the point. That brings me back round to it. The only thing I want them to change is secret missions. If I was going to ask them to change one thing,
in the balanced data slate,
it would be secret mission. Which
brings me on to you lot. If you have any ideas, if we've got to have a quiet 3 months, is there anything you'd like to see in these 3 months and this is, I'm going to actually expand this right out as well and really drag this fucking content out because we've got to make an hour and a half show here, Joe. Yeah. Either from GW or from us for Liam and Joe shows and stuff like that, colourful postcards. Throw them at us. I make zero commitment to do anything you suggest. That's important. But throw it out there. I think I would love for GW to drop the balanced data slate. Cool, that's fine.
Yeah.
But I would like for them on occasion 3 months of focusing on narrative missions,
you know-
community engagement,
What I'd like to see
shit that isn't Pariah Nexus, you know?
is maybe, because obviously we know what the next codexes are going to be. The next 3, so Guard, Eldar, Imperial Knights?
I don't remember.
No, it's a Knight.
Whatever's on the
There's a man in the
roadmap.
corner nodding at me.
I think it's Imperial Knights, yeah.
Yeah, so what I'd like to see is for everyone else that doesn't have a codex to get another detachment.
Well, that'd be good. Give them some variety. Give them the Drakari treatment.
Yeah, so because Drakari is the only one that has a second one. Eldar obviously getting their own ones. Like armies like World Eaters could probably do with something a bit more exciting because they're just a slightly worse version of Blood Angels, right? And then who else needs one really? Chaos Knights. Chaos Knights, their army rule's just a bit weird. It's just battle shock manipulation, isn't it?
Well, you've got Grey Knights
Yeah.
that haven't got a codex yet. You've got Space
Death
Wolves.
Watch.
Space Wolves don't have a codex yet.
Yeah. Templars.
Ooh, Templars.
Templars could probably. Yeah, I just feel like everyone else could just do with another one. Another one.
There's not that many actually when you think about it.
No.
Who hasn't got a codex?
All the chaos.
To the website.
All the fancy chaos boys.
All the fancy Chaos boys.
Death Guard, Thousand Suns, and World Eaters haven't got one.
Warhammer 40k. Here we go. Shop Warhammer 40k. Space Marines. So, oh fucking, this website can fuck off. Honestly.
Or I'd like to see.
So, Death Watch. Lol. They've got one now. Grey Knights. Everyone else, Space Wolves. So Grey Knights and Space Wolves. Everyone else is Codex compliant, so that's it.
Yeah.
Right, for normal Space Marines. And then Armies of the Imperium, we don't have Astral Militarum Imperial Knights. That's it. Interesting. I feel like we're further along with the releases, and I actually feel like we are. Chaos, we don't have... Do we have Demons now?
No, the only one that's been touched by Chaos is Chaos Space Marine.
So no Demons, Chaos Knights, Death Guard, Thousands, World Eaters.
No.
So next year might be the year of Chaos, which I'm into.
Yeah.
Xenos, we have no Aldari, no Drakari. Do we have GC the Cults?
Yes. It was bad.
Jotan.
It was so bad, you never even opened the codex.
Jotan is the only other one. So we're missing Drakari, Aldari, Leagues of Votan, Death Guard, Thousand Suns, World Eaters, possibly Emperor's Children, let's be honest.
Yeah.
Chaos Knights, Astra Militarum, and Imperial Knights.
Yeah.
Oh, and Grey Knights
Yeah.
and Space Wolves. So we're missing 12 factions.
Potentially Death Watch.
Missing 12 factions. 12 factions that we're missing with a year and 8 months, 9 months before a new edition. Well, it is, though, isn't it?
If they're not releasing anything till January, they need to go one a month. So that they get...
So this is my concern, right? So here's the flip side of no news being good news. Here's the flip side. If we don't get anything for the rest of this year, and in January is when they start releasing stuff again, you've got 18 months for 12 new books.
Yeah.
Someone's getting... Even if you release one a month, at the end of it, one book gets 4 months for a new edition. So they're going to have to double release some months.
When do they release it? June, July, wasn't it?
June, July time, innit? Every year, roughly.
It's rough.
That's what I'm saying,
Yeah.
right? I feel like they. So I'm glad. I'm really torn. On the one side, I'm very, very glad they've slowed down the release rate because it's hard to keep up.
Yeah.
But that would be only true, I think, if the release cycle for editions was say 5 years.
They're not going to index it. So the last 6 codexes, if it's planned correctly, will be the most 11th edition compliant codex technically.
If it's planned correctly.
Yeah.
This is James' Workshop we're talking about.
Yeah. And let's be honest, I'd say 6 of those codexes are probably already in print.
Yeah, probably, almost definitely. Well, the ones they've put on the roadmap are almost definitely already in print.
Yeah.
Well, they will definitely be already
They would
in
have been
print.
printed.
Yeah,
I
probably.
imagine. Yeah.
They're probably on a fucking shipping container coming over.
Yeah.
Almost definitely. Because they'll have to hit the warehouse before they even put them up for sale. They have to. So, I don't know. I'm really like, on the one hand, I like the fact we've got some time to just play the fucking game and enjoy it without worrying about it changing.
Yeah.
Because there's a number of people we see in our chat on a daily basis that say, I just watch streams now and consume content. I can't play because I can't keep up.
I think...
My answer for everything, by the way, is I think the release cycle at 3 years is ridiculous.
I think the game they've made now is fine. What they need to do is take everything that they've learned and put that into a reprinted codex for 11th. So 11th edition is basically all the FAQs, all of the erratas that they've done into a readable
Take
codex.
all that designer's commentary in one book.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah. Here's a new Star box set.
Yeah, I agree.
Here's 10th edition 2.
You know, I'm with you. And I feel like what they did from 9th to 10th was a really weird decision. They reinvented the wheel and a lot of things that they didn't need to reinvent the wheel on. And I feel like it was change for the sake of change.
Yeah.
And I feel like if you look at, so I don't want to sound like a broken fucking record here, but if you look at 4th edition Age of Sigmar and what they did from 1st, 2nd, 3rd into 4th, they went, here's all our lessons learned. Here's the things that never really worked properly, let's change them. Everything else is lessons learned, we're just going to refine it. There's your new edition. Very familiar to 3rd edition AOSs. Very familiar.
And that's what they need to do. And because despite the fact that a lot of people hate 10th edition,
This is fucking, I hate these.
oh, it's a nightmare.
When they attach the lids to bottles and it's like out in your face.
Yeah. Just to stop turtles, choking or whatever.
Well,
Or children.
don't be so dumb.
Yeah. Silly turtles.
Yeah.
Because
Why are turtles drinking Coke Zero anyway?
it's fat free, isn't it? You don't like if a turtle gets too fat, it can't use its shell.
This is why super chatting is pointless sometimes. Okay, Kaz, right, let's try something for the Liam and Joe show, right?
What's that? Ignore Kaz?
We're going to catch up on the super chats and gifted memberships.
Yeah.
For today, what we'll do, because they wanted the chairs back, is the second something comes through, we'll address it as soon as it comes through, unless we're already currently addressing one.
Yeah.
Right?
So
So let's catch up now, Joe, because
all right.
fucking Nick's getting up his pants in a twist.
Yeah, thank you, Kazarian. I think we should ignore him for complaining. If you complain, we take double the money and ignore you.
Yeah.
So
turtles.
re-release 10th edition rulebook / codexes to include errata, half price if you trade in your old one. Never happen for printing run, but this time. But
So it's not quite what you see. What we didn't quite say. We were saying for 11th edition is when you amalgamate into a single new book, new release box. But I asked what you would like to see. You've said re-release 10th edition rulebook to include all the erratas. But I guess their argument is use the app. But here's the weird, right. In a good mood? I'm going to stay in a good mood, Joe.
Yeah. I'll derail that.
What are you playing this morning?
Models? Warhammer?
Yeah, a test game of competitive.
Tyranids.
Cool, Tyranids, thank you. Swarmlord's got a rule.
Yeah.
What's the rule?
Master of Deceit.
Yeah. What does it do on the app?
Nothing. It doesn't exist on the app.
What does it actually do?
It makes the CP costs of any stratagem used within 12.
So the app is told, we're told on the app, right? It's the up-to-date version of the rules. When we release erratas and updates, you just use the app. Apart from that particular rule, where you increase, it's an aura of increasing stratagem cost by 1.
Yeah.
They haven't put it on the app.
Yeah, and also the command options to make a stratagem cost 1 command point less is still a stratagem is 0 CP.
Yeah.
So anyone that buys the codex, puts in the code, will to use the app, which is the most updated version of the game, will still play the game wrong.
Yep. Which is, and the whole point of the app, like I feel like the app's, one of the app's biggest selling points, for me personally, one of the app's biggest selling points is, it is the up-to-date version of the rules. So as a person who wants to, have the option to, and I want to have the option, I don't want to be forced, to go fully digital with all rules and only have digital versions, the big selling point there is that they're up to date. But they're not. Because there's a couple of things that they've changed and they haven't done. Like, is it that hard for someone to go in the app, find every character who's got a stratagem cost 0 CP and change it to the new updated ruling? It's not that fucking hard.
It's afternoon's work, really.
It's an afternoon's work, Jay.
Yeah.
You're copying and pasting wording over old wording.
Yeah.
It's not that difficult. I don't care what anyone says out there, that's not hard. To go in and find every single person who makes your stratagem cost 2 and go, actually, instead it's an aura.
Yeah. And
it's not that hard.
Because the app is basically a glorified PDF reader on Google Docs. You basically just go in, open it, select all, delete, control, paste. Done.
Yeah, exactly. Thanks, Kaz. Anyway, thanks, Crumpets Banner for 5. This would be a perfect time for a crusade or narrative event, either G-Dub or from content creators. 100%. I'd love to see, for a period of time each year, some focus on progressing the narrative,
Yeah.
community engagement with narratives.
They do it for Horus Heresy fairly irregularly, but they still do it, where they have like the exemplary battles. So that every couple of months they go, here's a PDF of 2 armies fighting, here's a map, here's a win condition, go. And then attached to that is the rules for a special unit that's in the game but doesn't currently exist.
Yeah.
So they'll go, here's a Blood Angels Destroyer unit that's in the narrative, but we haven't written rules for it. Here's a PDF, go mad.
Yeah, I feel like a narrative campaign, especially something that progresses the actual current narrative that you get, the community get. And I this is probably quite hard actually, but their game's fucking workshop. They're making enough money, I'm sure they can figure it out. Yeah. That actually gets the community engaging on this narrative and perhaps even has an impact on it. Fuck's sake, create a new system. You don't have to be like, oh, this happened, so now Calgar's dead. You don't have to do that. You could just literally make up fresh shit and the community in the game. That'd be really cool. I feel like for a lot of narrative players, who I think to some degree during 10th edition feel a little bit left out in the cold, a little bit kind of ignored. Yeah. I think that'll do wonders for them, legitimately.
Yeah. And I feel like they need updates for like codexes that have already been released.
Oh, don't start that. Joe, come on. Tell that to AdMech players.
Yeah. Just be like,
how's that gone for you?
Yeah, just be like, sorry, we fucked up.
Stick Monkey, thank you for the 5. Since we have 3 months of army stability, this means it's a perfect time for narrative campaigns on the channel, spread out now until Xmas.
So the problem with a narrative campaign, I'm going to kick this one off.
Oh, are you?
The problem with a narrative campaign is the 2 most regular players are me and you.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And it's a narrative campaign, so we're probably going to pick 1 army and run with that, which means that we play every Thursday, so that's 1 game a week. So it means that for a minimum of a month, you've got 2 armies, the 2 same armies fighting.
You know, if we spread it out till Christmas, we could probably do one every 3 weeks. It still means a lot of repeat faction interaction.
Yeah. And people always want variety, but if we go, so there's us 2, Brom, Paddy.
That's the players for 40k. That'll be done.
So that's 4 armies. So if I went Tyranids, Paddy can go Blood Angels or Chaos. He could go Blood Angels. Tau. Right. You can go Chaos or Ultramarines because you're on Ultramarine hype. You could be the good guys. I'll be the Tyranids. Brom will probably pick Orcs. And then Paddy will pick Tau or Thousand Sons or something.
Which is a cool group of factions for a narrative campaign.
Yeah, so that's 4 armies on rotation for 3 months.
Which I'm not against doing narrative campaigns, but I don't think it works as well for I don't know. I need to have a think about it. I'm not a particularly narrative person. I don't know if you've realised this. Also, history, I had data from a previous business. History also shows me that narrative campaigns, first episode, normally, watched loads. Second episode, watched almost as much as the first episode. Third, fourth, fifth episodes.
Yeah. I could probably do a narrative campaign, but it's just a case of keeping people up to date. I could probably make the narrative missions to go for it.
Narrative missions as one-off. Narrative scenarios, I'm fully on board with.
Yeah.
Fully on board with. Where we're not even using the Piranha Nexus cards. We'll have to work out the scoreboard. We can do that.
Yeah.
But narrative scenarios, I'm fully on board with. A full narrative campaign, the amount of effort that goes into building that, data has showed me historically is not worth it. But I'm not against it completely. We'll see. Thank you anyway, though, Stick Monkey, you're a legend. Thank you, Kev Thacker, for 5 gifted memberships.
Thank you, Kev. I hope next time you go to Subway and get cookies, they're fresh out of the oven.
Warm and gooey.
Yeah. Although I need to go to Subway because I've just discovered they do a foot-long churro.
I refuse to go to Subway.
Why?
I'm boycotting Subway.
Why?
My favourite Subway, Joe, was a Subway Melt. Ever heard of Subway Melt? A Subway Melt is bacon, ham, turkey, cheese, grilled, add your salad, put your lid on, go.
Yeah.
Fucking beautiful, right? You used to have a Subway Melt, extra cheese, red onions, jalapenos, bit of lettuce, jobs are good in, right?
Yeah.
That was it. So the last time Luce was like, so my if you some of you will know this, my eldest over the course of the last 3 or 4 years has spent a lot of time going to hospital because he's got a heart condition, or he had a heart condition, and it manifested in a bunch of collapses. And they went in, they put an implant in. He's got this little device permanently in his chest at the moment that monitors his heart. And when his heart does anything, it sends a signal to this little box in his bedroom, and that fires it off to the hospital, and they monitor all of his heart to make all of his heart irregularities to see if there's anything wrong, because they were worried they thought they were going to have to fit a pacemaker to a 7-year-old. Thankfully, they haven't had to. So he goes to the hospital lots for checkups with his cardiologist. And Lucy's treat, especially when he was 7, was that once we've had the checkup and the cardiologist, on the way out of Southampton General Hospital, there's a Subway. So she'd get everyone a Subway to be like, it's all right, mate, because he doesn't like hospitals. You can imagine a 7-year-old going in for surgery wasn't particularly happy either. So Subway was the way that she won him round. And she phoned me up and she's like, I get a Subway for his hospital. I was in the car park at the time. She's like, I get a Subway because it's a bit hospital. What do you want? I was like, Subway Melt. Same thing I always have. I'm one of those people. This is what I have at McDonald's. This is what I have at Subway. This is what I have at KFC. Yeah. I'm one of those people. I don't know how many other people are like that. But how many of you are like that? How many people go in there and be like, I'm going to try a different burger today? Most people, I think, are like, that's what I have, right? Do you change? Do you change what you're going to order, or do you just have the same thing every time?
Chinese and Indian, I always have the same. Everything else, I sometimes.
Oh, do you? So I was like, Subway Melt, and she's like, cool. And she was on the phone, and she was like, can I have a Subway Melt? And the woman on the other side of the counter was like, oh, we don't do Subway Melts anymore. And she's like, oh, they don't do Subway Melts anymore. I was like, what do you mean they don't do Subway Melts? It's literally called a Subway Melt. And she's like, you need to pick something else. I was like, have they got ham? And she was like, yeah. I was like, have they got bacon? She was like, yeah. So they got turkey? Like, yeah. So they got cheese? She was like, yeah. I was like, cool, they can make a Subway Melt then. And she was like, hang on. And then she's like, he asks if you've got all these meats and cheese. And the woman's like, yeah. He's like, he says you can make a Subway Melt. And she's like, no, we don't do Subway Melts anymore. There's no option on the till. So there's no option on the till. I said, right, what's the most expensive one? It's like a meatball one. She's like, it's like a meatball one. I was like, okay, put it through as that and use the ingredients I've just said. That's my Subway Melt.
You could just have a custom one made.
And then Lisa's like, can you put through any of the sandwiches, even the most expensive one, and then just make the Subway Melt? And the girl was like, no, I can't do that.
I just feel like this story is based on just a really obnoxious Subway staff member.
Possibly, Jay.
Because my Subway, you go and order whatever you want.
So Luce then got back on the phone and she said she won't do that either. And I was like, I don't have a Subway then. She said, don't be awkward. I was like, I'm not being awkward. You can have your Subway. James can have his Subway. Ben can have his Subway. I don't want one. And I haven't had one since.
It just sounds like they're being very difficult because you could just make a custom one.
Well, that's what I thought you could do. Yeah. That's why I was like, just charge me for a meatball one and then just put those ingredients in.
Did you ask, can you have custom ones?
I mean, I don't know if you needed to ask that question. If he's saying, can you just put this in a sandwich, that is making a custom sandwich, Jay.
No offence to anyone that works at Subway, but if you're talking to someone whose job title is Subway artist, right, you probably have to ask them.
I feel like in that particular scenario, the word artist was misspelt.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a reason why you have to ask. So, yeah, I think... What is this based on? Oh, cookies, yeah, sure. Yeah, I think... I just think if you just discovered a really obstinate member of staff.
A knob.
You just need to go to a different Subway.
I've never been to one since, and I haven't missed it either. Yeah. Subway's a bit shit, let's be honest.
I love a Subway.
Do you?
Yeah.
I think it's a bit shit.
I used to have them all the time when I worked in a phone shop because it opened next door.
Yeah. There's not very Subway artist of them. It's not very artistic, is it, if you just have to do exactly what you're told?
It's more like a print, isn't it?
Artist is like creative expression.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And some of the people that work in there don't have the imagination for expression.
Well, I've also seen some of the sandwiches they put together, and they're not very artistic either.
Yeah. I like it when you put so much stuff in it, they have to literally push down, literally have to
thumb it in.
Literally have to push it in, wrap the paper around, and physically lean on top of it to squish it.
Thank you anyway, you legend, kind. Mr. The Kev for the 5 gifted. You're a hero. Thank you, Elecman, for the $5. My dream: mix demons with mono god legions, give them a massive refresh expansion to each of their ranges. Add an Exodite army and nix pivot and get rid of pivot value. I'd love to see Exodites as a 40k faction. I'd love to see some of the kind of Seraphon design aesthetic from AOS being allowed to kind of influence 40k. Not quite, but I feel like Space Marines are Space Marines and they're kind of limited by cool action poses and extra gubbins. Orcs are orcs. I feel like if you went, here's Exodites, the creative design team can go, oh, this is good.
The problem is, when you bring Dino Riders into 40k, there is a incredibly thin line between the possibility that it looks awesome and looking very shit.
100% agree with you.
Right? And if it's done right, it could look incredible.
But look at Creep Rampages.
Yeah.
Look incredible.
Yeah, and if you look at like the Pig Riders for Orcs, like they're doing all right. Like give it to the right designer.
Yes.
And you'll be fine.
Yeah.
Don't give it to the person that designed the new Blood Angels.
I don't hate them.
I like the new Blood Angel models. They're nice. But if you compare the new Blood Angels with the new Stormcast,
Yeah.
Stormcast look great. It's just like the thing is though, my annoyance with the Blood Angel models is that they look fine, but I know they can do better.
Okay,
I'm not
with
upset. I'm just disappointed.
I also do think, as a Chaos fan, I would rather Demons weren't a standalone faction and they were instead AOS'd. I personally would prefer that.
Demons have to stay in 40k because they're a massive part of the lore.
No, but I want them AOS'd.
Yeah.
So you can take Khorne Demons in World Eaters. So your World Eaters Codex. Take World Eaters, right? World Eaters are a great example, actually.
So we're talking 5th edition Chaos Spaceman Codex here.
Well, yeah, so World Eaters are a great example. World Eaters, okay, you have a bunch of, well, you don't have a ton of range. You have the Chaos Lord and Lord Invocatus on Space Pig, right?
Yeah.
And he can't join any other Space Pigs because there isn't any. You've got 8 bound, which are 8-inch moving infantry or 9-inch moving infantry. And then you've got other characters that move 6 inches, and you've got Berserkers are your only troops or Jackals. Yeah. And they're kind of a bit restricted. You take World Eaters, you take then Bloodthirsters, you take Rend Masters, you take Herald, any kind of Herald essentially, Bloodletters, Fleshhounds, Juggernauts, and the Skull Cannon, and you go put them in one book. One book. Your World Eaters range is then quite interesting.
You have Demonkin again.
You have Demonkin again. Demonkin was the fucking best Chaos book they've ever made.
Yeah.
And I want Demonkin for each of the respective Chaos gods.
Demonkin was great.
Demonkin was incredible.
Yeah.
And if you take that and you go, you know what, Lord Invocatus can now, he can lead 3 Blood Crushers.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you do that? That's cool as shit.
Yeah,
Lord Invocatus as a demon is then actually leading demons charging across the tabletop.
That's what all the books should be. I think because in 5th edition Chaos Space Marine Codex, before they broke them out into the Chaos gods, you had lower demons, lesser demons, greater demons.
Yes.
And they all had the same stat profile, but they had different models, so like you had all the different things, but they all had the same stat profile. But breaking them out into the god range would be fine.
If I tell you now though, if in this edition they released, for example, World Eaters, which was essentially Khorne Demonkin again, every other project I'm working on at that point becomes in danger, because that for me, Demonkin as it was back in 7th edition, Demonkin, 6th edition, 7th edition,
6th and 7th.
That was peak
Dark
Chaos.
Imperium box set.
If you took new World Eaters models, mixed them with Chaos Demons, maybe added a unit or 2, and went, there's your new Chaos book.
We do need new Chaos Lesser Demon kits.
Also, though, then what you have to do is give me back old Blood Tithe. Give me AOS Blood Tithe. Don't give me this shit that we've got now.
I think, so you take the current...
What's your biggest problem with World Eaters right now playing against them? What's your biggest problem with it? You've mentioned it a couple of times today.
The Feel No Pain.
Nope.
Toughness 6.
Your biggest problem is that someone can turn 1 advance and charge.
Oh yeah, they go, have a 18-inch moving unit, then charges you.
Yeah, so you've said this a few times. Sometimes against World Eaters, you can be hit by a turn 1 advance and charge everywhere, everything's dead, it's not a game.
Yeah.
Right, that's what you've said to me a couple of times. Do you know what? Of old Blood Tithe points, you know what you can't do turn 1?
Advance and charge.
You can't, you've got no fucking points.
Yeah.
You can't do it.
Yeah.
If they did that, if they did Khorne Demonkin, if they did Tzeentch Demonkin, if they did Nurgle Demonkin, and now with Emperor's Children coming, they could do that with Slaanesh now.
Yeah.
If they bring out Emperor's Children at the end of the edition, they could do it with every single one of the deities now.
Yeah.
And they could break them out. I very much honestly think this would be. I'd be so happy. There will be demons players that don't like it though, who only ever played demons.
Yeah, but what they need to do is release a Demons Codex, or they released the Be'lakor Codex.
Well, also, or they do a job, they do like what AOS rules writers do, they do a good job instead of a shit one. Have you run in AOS on the channel both Blades of Khorne and Maggotkin of Nurgle with no humans and had success?
Yeah, it was fun. It was really good fun.
So what we're saying is that you can run pure demons
and still have fun. What it's missing, what demon players are upset about, is you can't have mixed demons.
Yeah, which
is so they need to have the Be'lakor book, because that has all 4 gods in it.
Yeah, but Be'lakor then removes all of the named characters. So you lock the named characters.
You lock the named characters to
You lock the named characters to the parent Chaos Space Marine Codex.
Yeah.
And then you bring out Demons Undivided. You remove all the named characters.
Yeah.
You remove Demon Princes.
Yeah.
Can Be'lakor? I assume Be'lakor can have things like Bloodthirsters, etc.
Oh yeah. You just can't have Demon Princes and named. Oh no, you can have named characters. I think. I can't be a demon.
And I would remove named characters. I remove demon princes, and I would say greater demons are restricted to 1 per army for Be'lakor detachment. Everything else is a go. All lesser demons are a go. All cavalry are a go. And then
I'm gonna start. I've had a bit of bee in my bonnet about running demons in my Chaos Space Marines for the pure reason is that I just want to have my Chaos Space Marine Codex be good without having to run demons to make it good. But I've actually been really enjoying running demons recently, so I'm probably just going to start putting them in.
Yeah, I've thought about putting demons in my World Eaters. I thought about doing it tonight. Bloodthirsters and Bloodletters into demons.
It's 500 points, isn't it?
500 points, and if you take a greater demon, you have to take a lesser demon of the same god. Have to. Now that's irrelevant for World Eaters because you can only take Khorne anyway.
Yeah.
It says that. But yeah, we'll see. Anyway, thank you so much, Lekman, for the 5. Thank you for 2 more. Also, make Melter Strength 12. Joe?
Yeah. Yeah.
Strength 9 Melter triggers
I fucking hate it. It's an anti-tank gun. It's designed to step up to a tank and blow the cunt up. But it grips my shit so hard.
The only really good melter unit is Eradicators.
Well, they need to swap the las cannon and the melter gun's damage round.
Yeah, okay.
Because the las cannon is a anti-tank weapon, but it's used en masse, whereas a melter gun is a specialised short-range gun that should be scary, and it's not.
Yeah, I think Melter Strength 12.
Like, it should be wounding toughness 5 things on 2s.
The only thing that is Melter that I think is actually proper Melter, like I said, is Eradicators, only because against vehicles and monsters, they reroll all hits, wounds, and damage.
Yeah.
So it actually makes it semi-effective.
Or make all melter weapons twin-linked, but then just make it the right strength to begin with.
Or, Narek says, make it anti-vehicle 4+ or something, anti-vehicle 3+.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%, absolutely.
Or give it dev wounds.
Yeah. I'm with it.
Just Melter got so hard done by, it blows my gourd.
It's almost like the cynic in you could suggest that Melter, which was probably the most commonly popular weapon in Marine books in 9th edition, GW went, we sold enough of that.
Yeah.
Let's make las cannons the thing again.
But what's weird is the Melter Lances in the Imperial Knights are stronger.
Yeah,
the Chaos Knight ones are stronger. I'm like, but why?
Mr. Luton's in chat, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Luton, how's it going, dude? I need to text you one day. I haven't texted you for ages. Best lore channel on YouTube. Go check him out.
Yeah.
Crumpets Panda, thank you for the 2. Dream pitch for Saturday. Announce e-codex codes. No one argues with that ever, I don't think.
That's like,
just the option to buy an e-code.
Yeah. The amount of times where I've gone, I wanted to look at rules for an army that we've got in the studio, gone to the app, and I'm like, oh, for God.
So I've told you, remind me, I'll log into my account on your phone.
I know, but why? But I should. But for other people that don't have that option, like if you go to a tournament, you're like, oh, I'm playing Genesteer Cult next because they're doing quite good. I don't know what their roles are, and you go into the app and you're like, great, I know
I'll tell you
nothing.
what
If you were like tenor done,
what I'll do is I'll go into my Warhammer account, right? I'm going to go into my Warhammer account. I'm going to erase all of my information that people can see, right?
Yeah.
And then I'm going to go into Discord, change the password, go into Discord, but for just £2 a month, right? You get access to my Warhammer account, right? And then you have access to every single codex that comes out because we get every single codex sent through to us.
I mean, it's not against the terms and conditions, so.
I think it probably is against the conditions. I think that's almost definitely against
it's like subletting a red flag.
If GW don't have that terms and conditions in there, But yeah, so become a member of the channel for a meager $4.99 Skull Tier membership and an additional £2 a month. You cancel your own My Warhammer account. I've saved you £6 straight away. So £1 a month, you get access to all the codexes. GW, watch this, by the way. I'm not doing that. I'm actually going to do that as a thing. It's a smart business choice.
He could do a game, theoretically do a game this month, if it's a chill one. Just throwing it out there.
This month is in October. I'm down.
Yeah. I had a panic attack when I saw they were pulling more Forge World stuff, bought a Predator and 2 Strike Fighters. Yeah, I think if you're a Guard player, prepare yourself when the next box.
Well, did you see what happened this week?
No.
Removed everything Eldar, with the exception of Revenant Titans, Phantom Titans, and Tantalises, I think. Everything else gone.
Yeah, if it's big, it normally stays.
So someone in chat who's an absolute legend sent me recently a Wraithseer. Can't buy them anymore.
Yeah.
So I promised that person I'd build it. What I'll actually do is wait 2 months and put it on eBay.
So the Guard Forge World range is an interesting one because it's fucking massive. So if Games Workshop bins the lot, there's going to be a lot of Sand Pandas.
Yeah.
Like if you look at
Crumpets Panda.
But then like if you look at like it's a weird one because a lot of their tanks are just variations of tanks that already exist. But things like the Malkador, which is great.
Have you seen the number of Forge World tanks in a box?
Yes.
In that side of the studio, Jay?
Yeah.
I'm glad I have them all now.
Yeah.
Because the other thing as well, right? I honestly, the Mars pattern Lehman Russ takes the standard Lehman Russ tank and puts it to shame.
Isn't the Mars one the same one? Oh, it's not the same one that the Solar Auxilia have, is it?
Not quite.
But
it's nice to show them though.
But let's be honest, all the rumours are out there about new Krieg. If they don't release a Krieg version of the Lehman Russ, I will be amazed.
Shadow Spectre's gone, elect man. They're gone. Honestly.
But if you look at every codex that's come out, Games Workshop's gone Forge World into the bin. So just prepare yourself physically. Because I had no time to prepare myself when it happened to Chaos Space Marines, and I cried. If I'd had about 3 months to mentally sit there and think about what was happening, I probably could have dealt with it.
Solar Auxilia has the Solar Auxilia Lehman Russ assault tank. I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. It's very close to the Mars pattern. It's got the trench guards on the back, which is one of the reasons why I bought the Mars pattern in the first instance.
And it's got the little air filters on the back as well.
It's coaxial. It's not coaxial. It's hull-mounted weapon that makes more sense. Oh, that's quite nice, actually. This is a dangerous route.
The thing is, though, like, a Lehman Russ is a Lehman Russ at the end of the day. So if you still got your Krieg and your Forge World Lehman Russes, it's fine. The Malkador, you could some of the Malkador variants you could probably run as the.
You got Malkadors for Solar Auxilia still.
What's the one? The big one, the Rogal Dawn.
The Rogan Josh.
The Rogan Josh. It's the I'd like a plastic Macarius.
I shouldn't have started looking at this, Joe. This is a dangerous choice to make. Look at that for a Vanquisher.
Sexy, isn't it?
It's much nicer, isn't it, than those fucking stupid things you've got?
I know, but mine were custom made out of like.
Out of what?
Tubes. Sexy tubes.
I also like the fact that the Solar Auxilia Lehman Russes don't have side sponsons. I don't like side sponsons on my Russes. But you're kind of punished if you don't take them
I've
now.
got a theory about the new Guard Codex as well. And if this is right, you need to buy me a Thunderhawk.
Ooh. I need to buy you what?
A Thunderhawk, if I'm right. Okay. I reckon.
One person in the studio will have a Thunderhawk one day.
I think they're going to Tau Crisis Suit Lehman Russes. So,
okay, I'm with you.
So the Vanquisher will have a whole mounted las cannon and 2 multi-melters.
Why would I buy you a Thunderhawk for predicting something that fucks our army? Why would I do that?
Because Games Workshop do that all the time to everyone, so I might as well get in there early.
I don't love the Solar Auxilia Infantry.
But I haven't got side sponsors on my Lehman Russes anyway, because I was like, I'm going to wait for the Codex.
I don't hate them, but I don't love them. I prefer the New Cadian Infantry. New Cadian Infantry with Solar Auxilia tanks. That's what we're going to do. I'm on my own world now.
I noticed.
Yeah.
So I reckon like the Punisher will have whole heavy bolter sponson heavy. So they'll fix the sponsons and the hull to the tank variant.
Oh, okay.
Because that is how you fix the points issue with Lehman Russes.
See, with Lehman Russes, I only ever take heavy bolts on all the sponsons because
but all Lehman Russes are points appropriately to double multi-melter landscape.
Yeah, they are. Yeah. Demo Gorgon, thank you for the 5. What are your dreams and hopes for this weekend's reveal?
James Workshop naked. That's a reveal, isn't it?
I don't know if I have any hopes or dreams really.
I want the entire Krieg range to be shown off. What I want is a pre-Christmas Krieg box set, a la Def Company.
That also puts Ultramarines in danger for me.
I want engineers. I want grenadiers. I want rough riders. I want a command squad.
Not Rough Riders.
Death Riders.
Thank you.
I want Death Rider command. I want Basilisk batteries.
We've got
them. So
we've got 3 sets of 3
Yeah.
of the. I feel like one of the things we could do, by the way.
I want the entire Cadian range, but Krieg.
I feel like one of the things we can do, by the way, is take the Krieg cannons that we've got, build them without the infantry. Don't worry about the infantry for now. Build them, and we can use them as cool terrain.
Yeah.
Right, like attacking. I was thinking the other day. Literally, I was thinking the other day about you could build 3 of them. You could almost build the Band of Brothers trench section, sort of, from the 2nd episode where they assault that trench section.
Yeah.
Like you could do shit. That'd be cool as shit.
I could make a trench board. That wouldn't be difficult.
I very much support that choice.
Yeah.
I'd also like to see some updated. I would really. I'm aware this is quite unique to perhaps me, and I'd very much like to see updated Elder aspects for things like
Yeah,
more importantly, warp spiders.
I think when the Codex comes out, they just go, "Here's all your missing aspects."
But do they do that? Like from a fan perspective, that's exactly what I want to see. From a business perspective, do they go this time you're going to get warp spiders, or you're going to get Baharoth and Sweeping Hawks. Next time you get warp spiders. Next time you're going to get.
Games Workshop like making money, right? And what's going to happen is if they release that Codex, they go, here is Baharoth and Sweeping Hawks and Karandras. The rest don't get anything, right? What happens is people buy those box sets and then don't touch the resin stuff.
Yeah.
And then they're like, oh, I have to wait another 12 months before I get something else. Or Games Workshop goes, here's all your missing stuff, and everyone just spends all of the money everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'd like to see new Elder. I love the idea of a Krieg Christmas box, Joe, I'll be honest with you.
Yeah.
Because someone says they did a Krieg box last year. They didn't. They did a Cadian.
It was Cadian, and then it was
also a stunning box, by the way. 2 Rogue Joshes in a box. Whoa.
It was great, but they just go, here's your infantry squad, here's a heavy weapons squad, here's a command squad, here's a basilisk, here are Death Riders.
YE55, thank you for the 5. They need to do a worldwide campaign like in the past. Similar to the Fall of Medusa 5. Try and get some of the players they lost back into the game. You're off to the bathroom already?
I am, yes.
We're just over halfway through, Joe.
That was my phone. It's not the expensive thing.
Can you mute yourself on the deck as well, please?
No, I can't.
Can you not show me your arse when you get up as well, please?
I will.
And the sweaty crack. Narrative campaigns. I don't know how you run it, because I feel like the only way they really work is if you get full involvement from the community. And if you get full involvement from the community and you actually have them bought into the campaign and able to make a difference, I feel like that's where you go for being successful. But from experience, trying to run a campaign that is interesting to most people, can encompass all people of any faction that they play, that they can then have an impact, it's not actually that easy. I think they should do it. I agree with you. I think it'd be cool as shit. But I also like the idea of overlap. Like, I don't know why they have to go, we're doing some competitive focus. Oh, now we're going to do some narrative focus. Oh, now we're going to do some competitive focus. I like the concept of we can do both at the same time. So if you're a competitive player and we're running a narrative campaign, fear not. We still have events going on. You carry on playing your competitive Warhammer. If you're a narrative player and we've got big events going on, fear not. You can still play your narrative games and enjoy yourself. So I'm with you. I feel like a worldwide narrative campaign would be cool as shit. 100% cool as shit. But I don't know how they do it with it. I want them to put as much effort into their narrative campaigns that they put into their into their tournament stuff and their rules updates. Sorry, Mercado's put a big super chat in and I haven't seen it, so I'm going to have a quick look whilst I'm live with you people. Is it on the Warcom? I assume it's on Warcom. Separate the factions, comp narrative fun. Heresy Thursday, hack and maim with the new Legion of Astartes melee weapons. Fucking hell. There's a lot in that box, isn't there? Joe is going to fucking man fat everywhere, chat. That is... Joe...
What?
Games Workshop have just dropped an article that is going to make you nothing but happy. I'm not even taking the piss, I'm being serious, right? Nothing but happy. Okay, the article is titled Heresy Thursday, hack and maim with new Legions of Astartes melee weapons, right? In the box, Joe, there's almost too much to list, but we'll give it a go. Inside this densely packed box, you get 10 chainsaws, 2 chainsaws in sheaths, 2 heavy chainsaws, 2 charnable sabres, 2 thunderhammers, 4 power swords, with 2 being drawn and 2 in hand, 2 power lances, 4 power axes, 4 power mills, 4 power fists, 4 claw assemblies for turning the power fists into lightning claws. But wait, you thought it was only melee weapons including the set. You've little faith. 2 augury slanners, 2 melter bombs, 2 slung bolt guns, 2 hand flamers, 2 plasma pistols, 4 Volkite Serpenta, 4 Phobos bolt pistols, 4 Umbra bolt pistols, 4 Tigris bolt pistols, 8 hands split across 4 styles, 10 heads split across 5 styles, 42 arms split across 21 styles. Look at the box. Joe, look at that.
Jesus.
That's a Joe box. That's a conversion kit bash box.
Oh, you got double-handed ones as well. That's sexy as fuck, that is. And heads.
That's really impressive. That's really good.
I like that. I like that a lot.
Okay, I'm into it.
Does it have what about a pointing? Does it have pointing hands? Does it have just hands?
Yeah. 8 hands, 2 of each. Luton says instantly sold out.
Yeah.
100%.
I'm getting one.
They are. Look at those weapons. Look at that drawn power sword. Oh my. Look at those axes.
I'd have to start a whole new army just for them.
Joe, they're beautiful. Have we ever seen a sheathed chainsword before? It's cool as shit.
No.
And the 42 arms to go with them. Okay.
So I was having a discussion this morning with Tom about World Eaters. And I wrote a World Eaters list that was like 30 Terminators, like 30...
No, not you.
30 Berserkers. I might just move it to 60 Berserkers and just give them all crazy hand weapons.
I'm into it. Thank you for waiting for the 5, by the way. Jason, thank you for the $8. 10th edition needs something like Tempest of War to bridge the gap between narrative and tournament packs. Casual players are stuck in the middle. Yeah, I agree. So when they sold us 10th edition, they actually sold us the fact that they'd basically taken Tempest of War and mixed it in with competitive. So there you go. And I was like, oh, that sounds cool. And in the earlier stages, we were like, oh, they have done it. That's what they've done.
Yeah.
And now it's like, no, it's not quite. There's not enough variety.
Yeah.
I would argue even Tempest of War isn't enough variety. Oh, I'm just going to prove why they've stick the lids in on it because I just dropped it. There you go. Even Tempest of War wasn't enough variety. What they actually need, if I'm honest with you, Jason, is they need Maelstrom of War back. Keep the current system for Prior Nexus and Leviathan, because I think it's a better competitive edition than we've ever had before.
Yeah.
Despite the fact I don't like actions, I think as a competitive game, if you re-released all the books with the art as updated so they weren't in 14,000 places across multiple pages, the actual game as it plays right now, if you have a full understanding of it, is probably the best competitive version they've ever made.
What they need to do, because Maelstrom had a numbered objectives, so it told you to hold objectives number 1 through 6.
Yeah.
And you had that twice. And then what they did is they released faction-only cards to replace 6 of them.
Yep.
What I think they probably do this time round is they go, because it was 66 cards, wasn't it? No, it wasn't 66. It was 6, 12, 18, 24. It was 36 cards.
36 cards. 6 sets of 6, mate. Yeah.
6 sets of 6. So
Because you could use D6 to generate.
yeah, so I think you go 12 faction-specific cards, the 36 other cards, and then you make a deck.
Yeah. Dwarfin says, will those arms, hands, weapons be scaled close enough to work Primaris? If it's New Heresy, so yes.
Yeah, it's all scaled up.
100%. New Heresy stuff works with like arms and hands will work with Primaris. They're slightly smaller than Primaris arms, but not enough that you're ever going to notice. It will work.
I've used it before.
Yeah, Joe's used loads of Heresy stuff with Primaris and it works. You'll be fine. IC Junior 93, thank you for the 2. 3-year edition equals more money rebuying codexes. Yeah, I know. And I get why they do 3-year edition from a greedy fucking cunt perspective. I'm just saying that to not piss everybody off, a 5-year edition, slow the releases down slightly, I think is better. If you slow the releases down slightly, make sure the last codex is out with a year to go before the re-release of the edition.
Yeah.
For the last year, you can still sell books, sell campaign books.
Yeah.
And then throughout the 4 years leading up to that, by slowing the release down, it also gives you more chance to get more narrative stuff out there, get narrative campaigns going. That's what I would do.
What they need to do is bring back narrative campaigns like Cities of Death.
The other thing as well is you have to ask yourself, is it more money if you continually cycle a release schedule when people keep walking away from the hobby because there's too many things coming out too fast, or their book is getting nerfed or becoming null and void before they've even got a proper chance to play it? There are people out there who play 40k every 3-4 months. So if you are a person who receives the last codex of 10th edition and within 3 months the edition gets changed and you haven't played yet, you're going to feel pretty aggrieved.
Yeah.
You just will. Thank you anyway, dude.
Guard and World Eaters, the end of night.
Evan Tumanello, thank you for the 5 gifted memberships.
Thank you, Evan. I hope next time your car gets MOT'd, it passes with no issues.
Is that a hope for Evan or is that a hope for you?
I already know the outcome of mine.
Facts.
Yeah, so I hope for Evan it goes fine.
Yeah, all right. Thank you, Evan. You're a legend. Pridders, thank you for the 5. Not going to happen, but want them to announce Force Org coming back, weapons points and points per model. I want all those things.
Yeah, I don't think Force Org will come back. What I'd like to see is universal detachments, maybe. I don't know how they do it.
Okay.
Although universal detachments are basically Force Org, or they do the Horus Heresy style ones where they go, if you take these set units, you can't take these units, but then your army benefit is this.
Yeah.
So you could take an all assault army. So if every unit in your army has the fly or transport keyword, then you can advance and charge or advance and shoot, but you can't take units with.
I personally would like to see Force Org type things coming back.
Yeah.
I want fast attack to be fast attack and heavy support to be heavy support.
Yeah.
I miss it. I miss the very old standard. I didn't think I would. I miss the very old standard combined arms attachment.
It'd be easier to find stuff in the codex.
Yeah, it's 100%.
Yeah.
So the codex which went HQ, elites, troops, fast attack, heavy support, Lords of War. Well, okay, I'm in the fast attack section, so I know I'm going to find my jump infantry.
Yeah.
I do wish we used to just have in 7th edition before formations, it was just everyone had combined arms attachment, go. That was it. I missed that. When we changed to battalions and vanguards and outriders, I was like, okay, I didn't mind that so much, but they could never really work out how to do command points properly.
When it comes to granular points, though, we're coming to a stage. We'll soon be coming to a stage by the end of this edition where all units will have fixed loadouts.
Yeah.
Or they'll have a few variations, like you could take a flame, or you could take
They're AOSing it.
They're AOSing it. So the granular points won't be on unit loadout, it'll be on the amount of models in the unit. What I'd like to see is like a 5, 8, 10 or something, or a 5, 7, 10 option, like a bit in between. Everything he says, everything Pridders has said, everything he said, I want it back. But if you go to fixed loadout on a unit, you can do fixed individual unit points.
But I don't want
model points.
I don't want fixed loadout on a unit, Joe. So fixed loadout on units is fantastic from a competitive and balanced perspective.
Yeah.
Without doubt. You will not get any argument from me whatsoever that when you say this is your fixed loadout, you cannot take a crazy amount of variation, and therefore we can balance it better. I'm never going to argue with that.
Yeah.
So for tournament players and for tournaments and for events, and I have already said as well that I think this is probably the best competitive version we've had in a long time. I agree, fixed loadouts is better. But we've also talked about doing narrative campaigns and how Games Workshop should do narrative. And when people when people buy into narrative and they buy into their own chapter or their own craft world or whatever, and how much kit bashing do you do? No. How much do you love? If they said to you now, we're actually going to bring in the fact that an intercessor squad can have different options, and you can take a last cannon, and captains actually, we're not fixing these loadouts. Here's all the weapons you can take. We're going to heresify the way you build a captain. You're going to go to town kit bashing because you love it. And that's my problem. Fixed loadouts are great for competitive and balance. They're fucking boring for everybody else because you can't go to town and really make your own character.
It's like what really... I had this discussion last night and I discovered it, and it upset me on a level that it shouldn't because it's so minor, right? What can a Space Marine captain with a jump pack take?
A power sword, a power fist, and a chainsword.
Yeah. And what pistol option is?
Plasma, bolt.
Gun. Bolt, pistol, flamer.
Yes.
And then he has another option. The Thunderhammer Storm Shield.
Does he?
Yeah, you can take a Thunderhammer Storm Shield.
Okay.
The option's not in the box, but you can take it. Blood Angel's captain with a jump pack can't take the Thunderhammer Storm Shield option on the jump Deathwatch captain, which is the most iconic version of the Blood Angels Death Company captain, is the Thunderhammer version, and he can't take it. And then it's like the Blood Angels captain on foot can take the Chainsword, Power Fist, but can't take a Storm Shield.
It's all over the place.
And I was like, it really bugs me.
How do you make it better? You go, well, a Storm Shield's 10 points, and the Power Fist is 5 points, and the Thunderhammer's 10 points.
Yeah.
And you go, guess what? All captains, access to all weapons, build what you want.
Yeah. But what's weird is that I get it, because the Storm Shield gives you plus 1 wound.
Yeah, it does, doesn't it?
You lose a ranged gun, but you get +1 to your wound. But the ranged gun is shit, so no one ever takes it. So the normal Space Marine captain should theoretically have 2 points options, one with 5 wounds, one with 6 wounds. Because then the Blood Angels one is the same.
I don't know. I feel like I'm with him. I feel like individual points values.
I want to be able to go to a time when you could have a Power Fist and a Storm Shield.
Yeah, fucking right.
Just be able to.
You mean like Bulwarks can in Space Marine 2?
Yeah. It's like the Terminator captain can only take a fist or a power sword.
Oh, let's not get him started on Chaos Terminators. Adrian, thank you for the 1 gifted. You're a hero. Adrian, by the way, last night we finished the stream and we were 8 gifted memberships away from the target of 100. And Adrian, after I finished the stream, then gifted 8 memberships and got us to 100.
Oh, wow.
What a fucking legend. Thank you so much, Adrian. You're a hero.
Trout's triggered me as well. Raven Guard don't have lightning claws. The only Marine that has them is Kavayan Shrike.
Yeah.
Right? And then Black Templars have 1 guy with lightning claws.
Yeah.
And everyone else that has lightning claws has relic weapons. But a relic weapon is a lightning claw, a power sword, a thunderhammer. Some people have thunderhammers, some people have relic weapons.
Thank you for the €5. I am very much against Khorne Demons in World Eaters. It would mean we don't get new World Eater units. I want World Eaters not mixed in Khorne Shite. It's not mixed in Khorne Shite. Demon King was amazing. I want new World Eaters units too.
World Eaters can take Khorne Demons anyway.
Yeah.
So you're just getting what you've got now, and then you get new models.
You're getting what you've got now, but your rules will impact the demons as well as your Chaos Space Marines. And for reference, Derek, I want new Chaos units as well. 100%. Stick Monkey, thank you for the 5 gifted memberships.
Thank you, Sean. I hope that next time it rains and you get in your car and you go to drive somewhere, the windscreen doesn't mist up for ages. That's super annoying, isn't it?
It is, yeah. It is. That puts us, by the way, on 46 members, Joe. Not even halfway yet, mate. Liam Ross, thank you for the 2. Have you seen the Heresy Combat, Close Combat? Yeah, we just done that one. Legend. I love it. Wesley, thank you for the 5. Liam, how about a Fit for 40k stream every time a unit dies? You knock out 5 out of 10 push-ups, 15 if 1 tapped, Guard versus Sisters. That'd kill Joe, I'll be honest.
I would die.
Do you like Joe or not, is the answer.
No one likes
Dave, Mini Wargaming Dave came in stream last night.
Yeah.
Right? fine. I love Dave. I'm glad he came in stream. He's like, Liam, do 10 squats. You don't turn up and tell me what to do. Fuck off.
That's a bit weird, isn't it?
It's very weird, yeah. Yeah. So I was like, no. And then carried on doing my stream.
That's like... that's like the equivalent of like going on a girl stream of like...
I'm going to wait till he's streaming
Get your boobs out.
I'm going to wait till he's streaming. I'm on his stream like, Dave, knock out 5 wanks. And then...
Yeah.
Yeah.
He would though, wouldn't he? He's so energetic.
Probably, yeah. He really good in 3 minutes. Chapter Master Ballsack, thank you for the 20 gifted memberships. Thanks, John.
Thank you, John. I hope next time you use super glue to glue models, it like dries like instantly. But when it dries instantly, it's in the right place. I hate when you use super glue and you go stick it on and it dries instantly and it's like slightly out of place and you're like, God damn it, you got to break it and then re-glue it. Or when you go, it's nothing worse than trying to use super glue. It takes forever to dry.
If you ever use super glue, it dries in the wrong place and you break it off and then you go put it back on, it just won't stick again after that.
Yeah,
I've done that.
Or you go to break it off and the bit you're holding breaks and not the glue joint.
Crumpets Panda, thank you for 5 gifted memberships.
Thank you, Crumpets Panda. I hope next time you forget to charge your phone at night, you still have enough charge for the next day.
That's impossible. Isn't it? Unless he's got a Nokia fucking 3310.
Yeah.
That's impossible, Jay.
Yeah. But that's the hope. I just hope for you. Yeah.
That would be a magical day.
Yeah.
If that happened.
Or, like, I don't know, if you go somewhere and there's an actual working wireless charger, every time I see a wireless charger in the wild, it doesn't fucking work.
Did you not have one in your hotel room when we went to Hellstorm?
Yeah, it didn't work.
Oh, it did for mine?
Yeah.
That's a your phone issue then, isn't it?
Well, no, because I've got a wireless charger here and I've got a wireless charger at home. Both fine.
Mine worked.
It's just like the ones on the outside.
Mine worked.
Yeah.
Over there.
I remember I was when it was like Paddington Station and there was like brand new wireless chargers. Everyone was like charging their phone. I put mine on it. I was like, it's not working.
Chat, we're still at 46 members, by the way, and Joe wants to eat. So he then said, did you see the new Horus Heresy whirly weapons? I needed a towel. We've done that one. Thank you, John, for the $20 for Legends.
What we need now, John, for Horus Heresy is assault marines and combat marines with dynamic bodies.
Yeah.
Not this like feet glued to the floor.
Gary Hammer, thank you for the 2. We need a chaos-blooded Astro Militaran option in Codex.
See, this is what I said when we talked about the Guard Codex last time, is I want one of the detachments to be a Chaos Guard. Because then you can run a proper Chaos Guard.
In
the Astro Militarum Codex.
In the Astro Militarum Codex?
Yeah, so basically what the detachment is you change the Imperium keyword to the Chaos keyword, and you have all the options from the Guard Codex. And then it allows you to take 500 points of Demons or 500 points of Chaos Space Marines. Because then you can have a Guard army led by a Chaos Lord and his retinue of like 500 points of like Chosen or Legionnaires or something.
I'm into it.
Yeah,
I'm really into it.
Then you could make it's like the reverse version of Agents of the Imperium, but for Chaos.
Yeah, no, I quite like that. That's amazing.
That's what I want.
I'm into it.
And if it's not in there, then Games Workshop them.
Dave says, what about a karate chop hand?
That one.
I think he was trying to be funny. The joke was judo chop in the past.
Oh.
Love you, Dave.
Yeah. You've got that one that's in the
There's one with 3 fingers point as well.
Is it 3 fingers? You got the 2 and the 3. But that one.
But he doesn't
Yeah.
It's weird.
Yeah, he's like finger banging, isn't he?
Yeah. Yeah.
Take that how you will.
That's what I did to that Eldar. Yeah.
Yeah.
Chat to Monster Ballsack, thank you for the $20. Oh my god, it has left and right-handed power fists. This can't be right. This must be a prank. This box is so amazing. Need more heresy. Yeah, we do need to put some more heresy on the table.
We do need more heresy. I need to get my Night Lords painted. Basically.
We need like 5 heresy armies really for me to start doing regular heresy content.
We've got a bit of a full fist army.
We have on loan a fists army that we could use.
Yeah, I've got most of a Night Lords army at home that I just need to finish painting. I just need to get some of the sexy Terminators, and then I'm kind of done.
It's just not high on the priority. I want to bring it, John, I do, but it's just not high on the priority. When we think about the amount of AOS armies we've got to paint, the new stuff that gets sent through to us for other games, like 40k, people have asked for Blood Bowl, people have asked for Warcry. I have one Joe, and I don't get stuff painted because I'm too slow. I don't do it to his standards.
What I need to do is a Raven Guard army. 'cause
Feet off
they've got
table.
No special units.
Lehman Russ's feet off table. Were you raised in a barn?
I
might have been. Were you raised in the bar? I mean, I do a lot of drinking.
like Lister from Red Dwarf. He was an orphan found in a bar.
But feet off table. What does he mean, feet off table?
Maybe it's like.
I think he's meant to say feet off table.
Nah, he might be like cream of chicken.
At
cream of mushroom.
least in my barn, I was educated.
Yeah.
Kazari, thank you for the 5. World Eaters, added attachment based around now being able to take havocs, for the heavy bolters. You can fuck off.
I love heavy bolters. They're so cool.
Is there a World Eater in the...
Yeah. He's got a heavy bolter, and the rest of the guys have all got rotor cannons.
There's a World Eater in the Aaron Dempsey Belden Black Legion books, and he has a heavy bolter.
Arguably, though, that is set 1,000 years after the heresy.
Yeah.
So, and he's dead. So, in the books. So.
But World Eaters should still have heavy bolter havocs.
Yeah.
There's this theory that seems to come out of Games Workshop for World Eaters. It has to only be melee, only melee, only.
Well, the thing is,
they actually say Khorne cares not.
The great narrative part about Chaos that I love, and I use it within my Chaos Space Marines, that people seem to forget, is that there's Chaos Space Marines coming out of the warp now. So after the rip, the tear, that the Siege of Terror was literally like weeks ago. They've literally gone in and come out a week later, and they're like, wow, it's 12,000 years later.
Michael Hatton, thank you for the 5 gifted memberships.
I hope next time you get a haircut, they don't give you really bad like razor burn, like on the back of the head, like rash. That's annoying, that is.
Okay. Yeah. Well, do you often get that for your 3 yearly haircuts?
I used to get my hair cut a lot by a terrible barber. I always used to get the razor burn on the back of the head.
Yeah?
Yeah. There's a reason why I went, but I'm not going to go into it. People will think less of me.
I don't think they will. I'll think the same of you.
Anyway, thank you.
Was the barber a female?
I
know exactly why you went.
Can we have the guard option for Tau Auxiliary 2? No.
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 Only Chaos, because that's what Joe likes.
Yeah. Fuck Tau.
Facts. We caught up. Look at that.
I like the idea of human Tau auxiliaries because they exist in the narrative. And I think it would be cool. But I don't think there's enough of them to justify making them a faction. Because all humans that join the Tau are all
drunk,
neutered.
Trout got it. He worked you out straight away.
And so they're all neutered essentially, so they can't have any more children. So they die out very, very quickly.
Yeah.
Because that's what the Tau do to every race that they meet, apart from the Vespid and the Kroot.
Oh, I'm too comfortable in these chairs now.
So the Kroot are always expanding, and so are the Vespid, but no one else does.
Thank you, by the way, Michael, for that 5 gifted. That puts us on 51. We're 49 away, Jane.
So what we're saying is the chairs are terrible.
They're about the same.
Yeah.
They're not better or worse than the table. Good job we weren't at the table today, wasn't it?
Do you know
it's covered in Hobbit.
Do you know what I really miss about Chaos Space Marine and Guard? Right? It's in the in the golden era of 5th edition, Iron Warriors used to be able to take basilisks.
Yeah.
Because they're siege specialists.
Couldn't Space Wolves take Lehman Russ tanks as well?
Yeah, because it's called the fucking Lehman Russ.
Yeah.
And
does anyone else's Warcom not load the articles? Clear your cookies and browsing data?
Yeah.
A lot of people would have that problem since they did the update, because who knew that Games Workshop, when they updated anything website-based, tended to fuck it up? Who knew?
Yeah.
Clear website, clear cookies and browsing data, Adam, and then it should load next time you go onto it.
Yeah, it's like you can only take 3 units of Traitor Guard in Chaos Space Marines. If you run the cultist detachment, they become battle line. But then you've got the shit detachment.
I kind of would like to run a 2,000 point cultist army of nothing but cultists.
I mean, it'd be good.
Would it?
Because you basically just fill your army up with cultists that your opponent just can't kill enough of.
Yeah, exactly.
That's really boring. Boring.
You mean like spamming a 5 up feel no pain strat?
Don't know what you're talking about. Do you know what is obnoxious? 4 up feel no pain. That's very obnoxious.
I actually thoroughly enjoyed Spearhead Night on Tuesday, Joe.
I don't happen there.
I don't think you liked it.
My body just revolted against itself. No, I really enjoyed it as well. I'd like to do more Spearhead.
Yeah, I went and dug out my Crawl Boys box set.
But I want. The problem is the table doesn't look very exciting. I thought we had to get more fancy mats or something.
My biggest issue was the fact that the light bounced off of the.
Well, yeah, when Peachy came here, he bought that lovely Warcry mat that he made out of a.
Yeah, and you said you really like that terrain, and I went and bought it straight away. And what's happened to that terrain?
Shoved it up my bum.
It's still in a box in the terrain room.
Because I'm painting so much other stuff.
I know, yeah.
You make me out to be this really shit member of staff that just doesn't do anything.
No, I don't.
The problem is I've got to do so much stuff I can't keep up with it.
It's not entirely true.
Yeah.
It's not entirely true, is it?
It is true. It's horrible to me.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What did you get to do for your working day on Monday?
Just built models, got shouted at.
Did you?
Yeah.
Or did you play DMZ for 4 hours as well?
Yeah. You know.
What did you do for your working day this morning?
Nothing.
Playing Warhammer? What did you do between streams on Tuesday?
Alipoo.
Sit and watch YouTube? I think your working life's pretty good, Jay.
Well, I'm at home.
You've probably got plenty of time to build more, paint more if you really wanted to.
Yeah, but in the studio.
You can still build.
Yeah, but then
You have a desk.
There's no TV in there. No, no one brings me coffee in there.
No?
Yeah, my
I had
dog's
to go
at
get
home.
sugar, actually.
We do.
Yeah. I need to go get sugar for more coffee. I'll go get sugar after this and make a round of coffees for everyone.
What I need to do, admittedly, it's not long now until Halloween. I need to figure out a Halloween game. Didn't Peachy say he was coming for Halloween?
No. He said he might. I haven't chased him about it because I don't care for Halloween.
Yeah, but I do. I care for Halloween.
Crack on. You've fallen victim to the corporate bullshit that is Halloween.
No, I just love spooky season. And I like chocolate. And I like...
You're just proving my point.
and I like the round orange things. Oompa Loompas. I'm looking at my cat. It's a Thursday, so it'll be a 40k Halloween game.
Yeah.
And then...
Have I scheduled it yet?
And then on the Tuesday, it'll be a Halloween AOS game.
I wonder if I've scheduled it yet.
Spooky!
I'll schedule Joe off.
Yeah.
We'll just do a normal game.
I need to dress up as well. Primark do minion onesies at the moment for men.
Do they?
Yeah. Although I did think about a Gene Stealer outfit I could make. I need to get like a purple long sleeve top, and then buy 2. So then I take the other arms off the other one, glue it to the one I'm wearing, and then fill them full of like tissue paper. So then I've got like 4 arms with like bits of string attached to it. And then
it's highly likely I just won't bother scheduling one for that Thursday because it already sounds like too much fast. Like you could be painting other things.
I'll just at home then.
Is it the 31st?
Yeah.
Yeah, that can be. It's an easy drop for you, I guess. But you can't stay at home because it'll leave a Joe show to do.
Nah.
Yup.
Nah. This won't come.
Wear the little outfit.
Covered in blood.
Those
shorts were tight.
Oh, the little ones.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were like. The thing about Lidl is it doesn't do any size over large. I've noticed.
Well, because they're only supposed to be little. Way.
Either there's a lot of really fat people that wait at the door in the morning as for when they put their new clothes out.
Yeah.
Or
they burst through them the night before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
there's a Halloween Scrooge. I'm not a Halloween Scrooge. I just don't understand the celebrate. Like it, we never used to celebrate it this much in this country, and then obviously fucking corporate fucking America got hold of it as a holiday where they could sell shit, and now it's come over here the same. Here we can sell you loads of tat and crap. Eh?
Did it come from the Dutch?
Halloween?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know the history behind
Because
it.
it kind of came from America, but early America was filled with Dutch people.
Corporate's the wrong word, but the marketable version of it essentially came from the US. They're the ones that were mad buying shit and filling their gardens with nonsense and trick-or-treating.
Yeah, but the early Halloween, All Hallows Eve, was...
It was. I think it was European of some sort, but I don't know what.
I think it was Dutch, because it was Dutch colonial houses.
I couldn't profess to tell you, Joe. I don't know.
I only learned about the Dutch houses when I really got into bolt action and then I designed the Sleepy Hollow board. And I was like, oh, it's the same houses. Done.
Yeah.
And then I learned.
The tat came from the US, yeah, exactly. And that's the problem with I have with Halloween nowadays, Luton, is it's all tat now.
But tat is fun.
No, it's not.
It's the same reason I love Fast and the Furious. It's stupid shit.
And then in my particular area as well, you end up with fucking like 15, 16-year-olds who aren't dressed up, knocking your door and trick or treat.
So we've got a rule in Charles. It's an unwritten rule, but everyone seems to abide by it. If you've got Halloween decorations up outside your house,
you're fair game.
People can knock on your door. If you don't knock on the door. All right.
What we do is we don't put Halloween decorations up. We don't turn the front door light on, nor any lights in the front of the house.
You're one of the hiding families.
Well, our living room's the back of the house anyway, as you know.
Yeah.
So we sit at the back of the house.
With all the lights
that's our
off,
living room.
in the dark. Watching scary movies?
No.
Oh.
No.
I'm saving up all the Agatha All Along shows from Marvel for Halloween. I can't even watch it on fucking Halloween because I'm here. I can watch it in the evening when I'm not allowed on the channel.
Yeah.
So everyone on the 31st, watch along at home, scary movies.
What he doesn't realise is I'll change the schedule on the Tuesday. But, do I need you in now? You haven't got time to pay all your zombies. Oh well. It's also too scary in supermarkets. I don't want my 2-year-old seeing like masks in the supermarket of something with its face ripped off. I mean, if you see some of the local people in my area, the costumes ain't nothing, mate.
It's a great funny story. So my daughter Mia.
You could see that in the supermarket instead.
Yeah. So
you won't actually. He's not allowed near kids.
So she's 11 now. So 5 years ago, I lived in Melksham, right? And my daughter was terrified of all the Halloween stuff, like the masks and things. And we took a trick or treating, and we thought it would be fine.
Yeah.
It'd be loads of fun. We'd have loads of fun. And then we did all the doors, and she's a bit apprehensive. And then the first house we got to, where we sent her to go knock on the door on her own, like, off you go knock on the door. It had one of those like witch things hanging on the door. The moment you go near it, the sensor just screams it. Shit her pants, ran the entire... I had to literally sprint to keep up with this 5-year-old who was just full turbo running across Melksham. Like, it was great.
Yeah.
I laughed so hard.
Knocking on people's doors expecting snacks is cringe. Correct, Angry Acolyte. You are correct. Someone get that man a green name.
It's so weird, isn't it? When you spend your entire life teaching children stranger danger.
Yeah.
But one day a year, you're like, go to a stranger's house, ask them to give you sweets.
Yeah. And no, it's not even ask them to give them sweets, is it? Go to a stranger's house, ask them to give them sweets, or you'll play a trick on them.
Yeah.
You're teaching them bribery at strangers' doors.
Mm.
Good. Is this you, Joe?
6.5k Joe Academy, 5 grand in memberships. Remember, you could pay $6.5 grand to spend a day with me. You do whatever you want, mate. I don't.
Yeah, literally.
We could go.
We could cover him.
We could go swimming. We go swimming.
You can't go swimming.
Floating.
You can go swimming and Joe will watch.
Yeah. We can go to Chessington, World of Adventures.
Yeah.
We can go to Madame Tussauds. We can go to London Aquarium. You know, have a nice trip on a boat around Oxford, wherever. All it does cost you $6.5 grand.
You could just do it yourself as well and not pay $6.5 grand.
Yeah, but that's not how it works, apparently.
Well, quite.
You could pay $6 grand more than the actual value of what you're doing.
It's not bribery, it's extortion. There we go. Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, you could pay 500 quid and I'll spend a day with you.
What do you wish for yourself?
I hope someone is gullible enough to do it.
I'm sure you did.
Yeah. You know,
end with a succulent Chinese meal.
Yeah. Honestly, right? If someone said like, "I'll take you out for a Chinese meal," I'd just go. With that, if I don't have
Joe would go, like, you don't have to pay 6.5k. If you said to Joe, I'm going to take you out for Chinese, he'd go anyway, because he gets free Chinese out of it.
I fucking love Chinese.
No, you don't. That's a lie.
Yeah, but you know what I'd order.
Yeah. This is a man who says, I fucking love Chinese. Like, Joe, what do you want for the Chinese takeaway? Chicken curry and chips.
So good.
Chinese!
And you have to have a pasta bowl with the chips on the bottom, and then you pour the curry on top. And it's great. Sometimes, if I'm feeling a bit spicy, I will go for the special chow mein, because that comes with all the meaty bits.
Yeah. I've never known you order it. In the 2-3 years we've been working together, I've never known you order that.
Because the problem is, I have to be brave enough to have it from a new place. I know what it's like at my house, because someone ordered it, and I was like, oh, that looks all right, I'll have that one.
I fucking love you. Never
Yeah.
change, Joe. Never change.
Yeah, it's just great. But I've started having salt and pepper chips.
I love salt and pepper chips.
Yeah. And I always have salt and pepper chicken or salt and pepper prawns, you know?
Yeah.
And that's how you get this.
A hernia and gout.
I didn't get a hernia from eating. I don't get a hernia from just eating. Unless I'm literally
Isn't it where your intestines like pop through the stomach lining?
Yeah, but it's not because I'm trying to lift an entire cow whilst eating it, or like I'm holding an entire cooked boar on a stick.
I worked with a guy who would get sweet and sour chicken balls and chips and throw away the sauce. I thought that's something you do.
No, you can't have sweet and sour chicken balls without the sauce.
So that's from Fisher's. You can't even order that at Chinese places in the States.
Really?
Yeah. I went to a Chinese place with Brian from Titans in San Francisco. And it was, I didn't know what any of it was. He handed me the menu. He took me to this fancy Chinese place, because it's Brian, of course. He handed me the menu and I opened it. I was like, I don't know what any of this is. I have no idea.
Yeah.
He went, it's Chinese food. You said you eat Chinese food. I was like, yep, my idea of Chinese food is very different
Yeah.
to what this
It's
is.
like-
And obviously, because it's San Francisco, which has an incredibly heavy Asian community anyway, there's a lot of them there. It's proper Chinese food. I was like, you order for me, Brian. And all this food came out, right? And I tell you what, it was fucking gorgeous. It was so nice. To this day, don't know what most of it was.
Well,
it was so good, though.
where TSN Arena is in Nottingham, they're run by Rob, the Honest Wargamer. Across the road is a Chinese restaurant where everyone goes normally for food, for lunch and stuff. Nothing on that menu, I have a clue what it is. I literally just go.
I'm not surprised.
Yeah, I just hope for the best.
Yeah. Cat, thank you for 2. Speaking of TV, Joe, hype for Crit Role Season 3.
Oh, I'm well excited.
Critical Role.
Critical Role. So Vox Machina, which is made by Critical Role, the D&D people.
Yeah.
Their cartoon series is coming out soon.
I think we ended on like 51 members in the end.
It's well
No,
good.
we ended on 56 members in the end, Joe. So Thanes, for weeks, the reason why you've got less engagement in terms of gifted memberships, etc., is because you're not at the chairs. We've proven that bollocks this week.
Yeah.
Which means going forward, you and I can just choose what we do.
Yeah.
All right?
I've got so much to build.
Well, I can build.
I know, but like
Building is not my problem.
yeah. Like we still go through the stuff. What Hub says that's like ordering poutine from a Chinese restaurant in Canada.
Have you ever had poutine? Not a trick question.
Yeah, it's a euphemism. No,
Poutine is a Canadian thing.
yeah, but it's chips, cheese, and gravy, isn't it?
It is, yeah. And
Which I fucking love chips, cheese, and gravy.
when I first heard it, I was like, oh no. And then I had it in Canada.
yeah.
And if you get it from a proper restaurant in Canada,
Do you know what I like?
peak.
Chips.
Cock. Sorry, carry on.
Chips.
I'm in a childish mood today, Joe. I don't know if you can tell.
Chips. Beans.
Yeah.
Cheese. Gravy.
I was talking last night. Tell me if you think this would be good or not,
That
right?
order specifically.
I was saying this last night, right? Toast.
Yeah.
Do you like Marmite?
Fucking love Marmite, yeah.
Toast, Marmite, beans, cheese.
Yeah, great.
Thank you. Exactly.
Yeah.
Do you know who also is great?
Mr. John McArdle.
Chapter Master Ballsack.
We're 50 gifted memberships. I
50
hope
gifted.
you get laid today.
Twice.
Yeah.
Different people.
Yeah. Someone comes into the office and they're like, boop.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know what I like to do? When I like making beans on toast, I mix cheese and Liam Perrins into the beans first. when I cook
I'm a
it.
fan of what you're saying here, Joe.
Yeah.
I'm picking up what you're putting down.
And then I sprinkle a bit of cheese on afterwards.
Yeah, I'm into it. Thank you so much, John McArdle, for 50. You've actually done it. You've pushed us over.
Yeah.
We did it. Well, I think John says he prefers the chair streams.
Yeah. And what John wants, he gets, let's be honest.
Yeah. Yeah. I had a long conversation with someone yesterday about things in general, business, etc. Good friend of mine. And I think I've been going through a phase recently of trying to please all the people all the time, which is impossible. And they said to me, come on, Liam, who built your channel? And I was like, John McArdle.
Yeah, you can't please everyone all the time, so you might as well please John McArdle.
Just keep John happy.
Yeah. And then you're
Exactly.
fine.
Yeah, cool. Right. John, thank you so much for 50 gifted right at the end. That puts you on 70, sir. What a fucking legend. We do, however, as always, have another stream for you people tonight. Whee! Me and Joe are playing some Warhammer 40k. We have got some World Eaters versus some... He still doesn't know yet.
I don't know, because...
Take a couple of hours. I can schedule the stream at like 5 o'clock. It's fine. And have a think about what you want to play. And you can play anything you want. I don't care. Right? So that's for tonight. Chairs has better interaction with chat. Yeah, that's what the Thanes were saying. So we've got a live game of Warhammer 40k tonight. I am bringing World Eaters because I've missed World Eaters. So come and check out that stream this evening. Plenty of laughs and bants again.
Yeah.
Brom will be here producing. So look out for that one. I think that covers everything.
Dave B called me a Neanderthal.
Beans and gravy. What the fuck, Joe?
There was a time when I was incredibly poor, and I remember being sat around my mate's house, and I had beans and a can of salmon, and I just mixed them together.
But when you're poor, I've been poor.
Yeah.
When you're poor, you'll eat fucking almost anything.
Yeah. I went to a Warhammer World event. Everyone went to Hooters for dinner. And I sat in the hotel room eating cans of tuna. I felt like a king.
Although not quite as bad or worse, or as bad, not quite as bad or as random as when Luce was pregnant. When she was pregnant with James, was it James or was it Ben? Can't remember. When she was pregnant with one of them,
A child.
her craving, right, was a sandwich, but it wasn't a sandwich, Joe. Right? There was no butter on the sandwich. Bread.
Yeah.
Liam Perrins. Golden Graham's. Bread.
She's smoking a lot of crack when she was pregnant.
Have you seen my kids? Probably.
God.
Best of both worlds. Brom on stream, but not on Brom time. Well, he hasn't used the new fancy cameras yet, and he wanted to come and play with them. So he's going to sit there tonight and play with new cameras and learn the new cameras. So come and check that out tonight, 7:30. Otherwise, end of the stream tomorrow, end of the week tomorrow, is the After Dark stream with another new sponsor. People are waving their sponsorships at us now, Jay.
Another new sponsor?
Yeah, I talked about it before we went live.
Yes. Yes.
It was like 2 hours ago.
Yeah.
Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Oh, I need my phone, don't I? Hang on. I'm looking forward to tonight's game, Joe. It should be fun. Thank you so much for watching, you beautiful people. Hit that subscribe button if you haven't already, and we'll see you in the next one.
Bye, however time.